Hey guys, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to utilize the Divi library. So in a previous tutorial, I gave you a walkthrough of the Divi builder, but one of my absolute favorite things about Divi is that it gives us the opportunity to save a layout and then you can use it across your site. You can also actually export it from your site and use it on a whole nother site if you want to. So it's very cool. What you'll see a lot of times is once we have your site set up and ready, I'll generally give you some details on how to load a template if you're doing like certain blog posts or certain pages. But I want to show you how to manage this yourself. So for example, I'm on my front page here, and let's say I want to maybe test this out and make some changes to it, but I don't want to do it live. I don't want to make changes to a page that's live that people are seeing. So if you want to do a different version, what would be great is if I could save this and do almost a test page. And that's what I'm going to do using the Divi library. So I'm logged in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this to my library. And I'm going to call this current homepage. We're going to save that. And we'll go ahead and update that just to make sure it does save in the Divi builder. Okay, and once that's saved, let's go ahead and do a new page. And let's call this test page. We'll call this test front page, since again, we're kind of pretending that we're going to make some adjustments to this. Of course, we're going to use the Divi builder. Now here's where it gets fun. We can either go ahead and build, or you can load from your library, which is what we're going to do. Now, initially, you're going to see all these predefined layouts. What these are just the basic out-of-the-box templates that you get with Divi. I don't use these, and you can if you want to, but generally, these are just basic layouts. Where you're going to see your saved layouts are if you click Add from Library. And you can see what I just saved where it says Current Homepage. And you have the option to either add to your current page layout or replace it. So in this case, I'm going to replace, and we're going to click Load. All right, and now that the layout is loaded, let's go ahead and preview this, and we should see what's currently on our front page. And there we go. You can see the entire layout is loaded, and it's just a library item. So now I can change this. So for example, I could go in here and I could say layout 2. Let's go ahead and click that, save. And I could, get rid of anything in here that I want. Let's say I want to lose the blog section. Okay, cool. I say, all right, that looks good. Let's preview this. I can see all the changes I just made. It should say layout 2. Yep, that text there. And all this adjustments here, lose the blog section. Now, I can save this to my library as front page layout 2. Let's go ahead and save that to my library. Now, with that saved, you don't even need to publish this page if you don't want to, a test page. I'm going to go ahead and leave that. I'm going to go back to my front page. And now we're going to edit this. And I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll show you how you can add a new layout to this one. So again, we've got that new layout saved. We're going to go load from library. We're going to add from our library, not the basic Divi library. And you can see both the layouts that I just saved right there. In this case, instead of replacing the actual layout, I'm going to just add to it. I'm going to go front page layout 2. And now, with this in there, generally the most recent layout's going to pop up on top. So now when I preview this, we should see our new layout right there. And then we'll see our old layout below it. And there we go. So that's how easy this is, guys. It's very, very handy, very, very useful. The last thing I wanted to show you real quick is, let's say you're working on a section that you want to use globally across your site. What you can do is you can save any element here in Divi as what's called a global item. So for example, if I'm looking at my front page and I say, this section right here with this text and video, I want to duplicate this across all my pages without having to recreate it every time. Well, what you could do is you can click this open. You can save and add to library. And so we'll call this text and video section. And then I'm going to save this as a global item. Now check this out. We're going to save and add to the library. It's going to turn it green, and green means that it's global. So anytime I make a change on this, it's going to change across all pages. So we're going to go ahead and update that. Okay, and now let's go ahead and do a new page just to test this out. So we're going to go to new page. We're going to call this test page. Of course, we're going to use the Divi builder. And here we have some options. We can, of course, start building, but we want to add that layout. Now, the way you add that global layout is if you did the entire section as a global item, you need to do it here. But in this case, we're going to add a row, and you'll see it here. Even the row gives us an option to add from the library. So we're going to click that, and then there it is. There's that section that I just saved. It's the text and video section. So now, when I preview this, it should pull up the text on the left and the video. And again, it's all global. And again, if I make changes to this here, it's going to change globally. Now you can also do this just per an element too. Let's say I have an image here. So we'll drop in an image real quick. And let's say I have text over here to the left, but I want the text to be global. I want this to be global text. So this is going to be across all pages with this little section. I can just click this open. And from here, I can save this to the library. And I can call this global text. I'm going to make this a global item. Save to the library. Publish. And now you can see any item that's green is going to be a global item. Anytime you update one of these, it's going to update across the site. So for example, with this in mind, let's go to my front page. This is the current page, so you can see this stuff here. Let's go to my front page and let's add one of these global items, which is really, really cool. And this all plays a part with layouts because I just wanted you guys to get a feel that you can do something, save it, and load it on other pages, or to make your life easier, make a global item. So for example, let's say I want to add one of those text modules right here. So I'm going to insert a module. Again, it gives me all the options of Divi modules, or I can add from my library, and oh, there it is, the global text. Now let's do one step further. Let's go ahead and edit this. So I'm going to call this edited global text, and we're going to update the front page. And so now with that updated, let's preview this. We're going to see that section on the front page that will say edited global text. So we'll scroll down, and there we go. It's really small right now because there's no styling to it, but you can see edited global text. And now on this page, if we preview this, it should say edited global text. And there we go. Because again, if you remember, it just said global text when we saved it on this page, but by making it a global item, editing it on the front page, it edited it here as well. So I hope that has helped, guys. That's just a basic overview of your library items. What's really cool about this is if you're working on multiple sites, you can actually go into your Divi library and you can see all of the layouts that you've created and saved, and you can actually export these to different sites if you want as well. So there's more documentation on this if you want to see more detail, but that's basically an understanding and a walkthrough of your Divi library. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.